Hello everyone, my name is Professor Kale Mangal, working as Assistant Professor in ICM Engineering, Aurangabad. Today I am going to discuss with the last point of the chapter Theory of Light and Sound. This one is the ultrasonic waves, means how the ultrasonic wave created, methods of that ultrasound or ultrasonic waves preparation, then what are the uses and remaining points of regarding this. First one, the properties of ultrasonic waves. The first property is the ultrasonic deals with the sound wave having a frequency beyond the audible range. Properties of ultrasonic waves have highly energetic. These are the highly energetic having a frequency more than 20,000 Hz. Exhibit negligible difference effect due to smaller wavelength. It can be transmitted over a long distance with minimum energy loss. They produce alternate compression and rarefaction like sound waves. They can propagate through liquid and gaseous medium. The velocity of ultrasonic waves increase with the increase in frequency. When they absorb by a medium, produce heating effect. Ultrasonic waves produce cavitation in a liquid. These are the properties of ultrasonic waves. The production of ultrasonic waves. Actually, there are the two types, means there are the two methods. First one is the magnetostriction oscillator. This is the diagram of, in which we can see the XY is a rod. At the end of this one, the two coils are surrounded and the middle point is there. Principle of magnetostriction effect. It works under the principle of magnetostriction effect. When the ferromagnetic rod is kept in an alternating magnetic field, the rod is set into longitudinal vibrations. This happens due to change in the length of the rod. These longitudinal vibrations result in the formation of ultrasonic waves at resonance. Resonance is the condition at which the frequency of the oscillator match with the natural frequency of rod. In general, it involves generating ultrasonic wave is to cause some dense material to vibrate very rapidly. The vibration produced by this material then cause air surrounding the material to begin vibrating with the same frequency. These vibrations then spread out in the form of ultrasonic waves. When a magnetic field is applied parallel to the length of ferromagnetic rod made of material iron or nickel, a small elongation of or construction occur in its length. This is known as magnetostriction. Means the magnetostriction is the process in which the small elongations are occurred in a length of that rod. Which rod? It is the ferromagnetic rod. When the which rod? Which is made up of the iron or nickel. The change in length depend on the intensity of the applied magnetic field and nature of ferromagnetic material. The change in length is independent or of the direction of the field. Means this change is occurred due to the ferromagnetic material. When the rod is placed inside the magnetic coil, the carrying alternate current, the rods suffer a change in length for each half cycle of alternating current. This is the rod vibrate with the frequency twice that the frequency of alternating current. The amplitude of vibration is usually small, but if the frequency of alternating current coincides with the natural frequency of rod, the amplitude of vibration increases due to the resonance. This is the same diagram of this method, in which we can see the construction again. This is the ferromagnetic rod AB. Means in previous diagram we can see that the XY. AB is the ferromagnetic material which is made up of the iron or nickel. Okay. Then the C, the middle point, is shown in between the rod AB. The coil of wires L1 and L2 are winded at the ends of the rod AB. One end of the coil L2 is connected to the base of the NPN transistor. Means that round, this one, this circle is the NPN transistor, and the other end of the coil L1 is connected to the emitter, that negative terminal of the battery. The various capacitor C1 is connected across the coil L1. One end of the variable capacitor is connected to the collector circuit, whereas the other end of the variable capacitor is connected to the positive end of the battery. So the milliammeter and a key K. Okay, this is the how the construction is occurred to produce the ultrasonic waves. The end of ferromagnetic rod AB is wound by a coil L1 and L2. The coil L is connected to the collector and the transistor, and the coil L1 is connected to the base of the transistor as shown in figure. The frequency of oscillator circuit LC can be adjusted by the condenser C, and the current can be noted by a milliammeter ammeter connected across the coil L. The battery connected between emitter and collector provided necessary biasing. That is, emitter is forward bias and collector is reverse bias for the NPN transistor. Hence, the current can be produced by applying necessary biasing to the transistor with the help of battery. The rod is permanently magnetized in the beginning by passing a direct current. This one is the working of production of ultrasonic waves. The battery is switched on and hence the current is produced by the transistor. This current is passed through the coil L and causes a corresponding change in a magnetization of the rod. Now the rod starts vibrating due to magnetostriction effect. When the coil is winded over a vibrating rod, then EMF will be induced in the coil, called converse magnetostriction effect. Due to this effect, an EMF is induced in the coil L1. The induced EMF is fed to the base of transistor, which act as a feedback continuously. In this way, the current is the transistor built and the vibrations of the rod is maintained. Frequency of the oscillatory circuit is adjusted by a condenser C, and when this frequency is equal to the frequency of vibrating rod, the resonance occur, and these resonances are the reason of producing the ultrasonic wave of a high frequency along both the end of that rod. The frequency of oscillatory circuit is equal to the frequency of vibrating rod, where L is the length of rod and E is the Young's modulus of the material of the rod. Now the merits of this process. Magnetostriction method. The magnetostrictive material are easily available and inexpensive. Oscillatory circuit is simple to construct. The large output power can be generated. Now the limitations of magnetostriction method. First one, it can be produced frequencies up to 3 MHz only. It is not possible to get constant signal frequency because the rod depends on the temperature and the degree of magnetization. As the frequency is inversely proportional to the length of the vibrating rod, to increase the frequency, the length of rod should be decreased, which is practically impossible. Now the second method of production of ultrasonic wave is the piezoelectric method. The first one is the magnetostriction method and second one is the piezoelectric method. This method is more beneficial than the first one because the in magnetostriction generator can produce ultrasonic wave of comparatively low frequency, means the ultrasonic waves produced in magnetostriction method having a low frequency comparison to piezoelectric method, so that it is the more beneficiary. Now the piezoelectric effect. When the crystal like a quartz or a tourmaline are stressed along any pair of opposite faces, the electric charge of opposite polarity are induced in the opposite faces perpendicular to the stress. This is known as piezoelectric effect. This is the flow of piezoelectric effect. Mechanism. The piezoelectric and inverse piezoelectric effect are only exhibited by a certain crystal which lack certain of symmetry. In a piezoelectric crystal, the positive and negative electrical charges are separated but symmetrically distributed so that the crystal overall is electrically neutral. Each of these sides form an electric dipole and dipole near each other tend to align in regions called the Weiss domain. The domains are usually randomly oriented but can be aligned during Pauling, a process by which a strong electric field is applied across the material, usually at elevated temperature, means increasing temperature. When the mechanical stress is applied, this symmetry is distributed and the charge asymmetry generated a voltage across the material. For example, L centimeter cube of quartz with 500 lbf of correctly applied force can produce a voltage of 12,500 volt. The piezoelectric material also shows the opposite effect called converse or the inverse piezoelectric effect, where the applications of an electric field create mechanical deformation in the crystal. Now, what is meant by inverse piezoelectric effect? When the alternating EMF is applied to the opposite faces of a quartz or a tourmaline crystal, it undergoes the contraction and expansion alternatively in the perpendicular direction. This is known as inverse piezoelectric effect. This is made use of the piezoelectric generator. This one is the flow. The first one, again this one is the diagram of piezoelectric generator. Now the slab of piezoelectric crystal is taken and using this a parallel plate Ca. Parallel plate capacitor is made. Then with other electronic component, an electronic oscillator is designed to produce electrical oscillations. The 20 kHz generally one can generate ultrasonic waves of an order of megahertz using piezoelectric generator. The quartz slab are preferred because it possesses rare physical and chemical properties. A typical circuit diagram is given below. This is the piezoelectric generators diagram. Now next is the tank circuit has a variable capacitor C and inductor L. which decide the frequency of electrical oscillations. When the circuit is closed, the current rushes through the tank circuit and the capacitor is charged. After fully charged, no current passes through the same. Then the capacitor starts discharging through the inductor, and hence the electric energy is in the form of electric and magnetic field associated with the capacitor and the inductor respectively. Thus, we get electrical oscillations in the tank circuit, and with the help of the other electronic components including a transistor, electrical oscillations are produced continuously. This is fed to the second circuit and piezoelectric crystals. These vibrate as it is continuously subjected to varying electric field and produce sound waves. When the frequency of electrical oscillations is in the ultrasonic range, then ultrasonic waves are generated. When the frequency of oscillations is matched with the natural frequency of piezoelectric slab, then it will vibrate with maximum amplitude. The frequency generated is given by the following formula. This is the formula for giving a frequency. Now the applications of ultrasonic waves. These are used in diagnostic sonography, ultrasound, cardiograph, then obstetric ultrasound, ultrasound therapy, ultrasonic guidance for blind, ultrasonic soldering, ultrasonic welding, cutting, machining. Means these are used in medicine as well as in mechanical industries. Hope so you understand this topic. Here our chapter theory of light and sound is over. If you have any doubts, then ask. Thank you.